A guardian ad litem. It's a Latin term, but in Georgia what we use a guardian ad litem for is to be the person that's representing the best interest of the children. Now that's different than representing the children. A guardian ad litem is not a lawyer for the children. It's a person who represents the best interest of the children. And there is a slight difference there. The guardian ad litem in Georgia is not somebody who can act totally as a lawyer or totally as a witness. They're sort of a combination. The easiest way to describe what a guardian ad litem can do for you or your case is to picture yourself in the courtroom at a final trial, and the judge looks at everybody and says, okay, Mr. Kessler, I understand what a good father or mother you represent. And the judge looks at the other lawyer and says, Miss So-and-so, I understand what a great mother or father you represent. But who here is in the middle that's looking after the children's best interest? Despite the fact that I believe that I am concerned about the children's best interest, the judge will look to a mediator, excuse me, not a mediator, but to a guardian, someone that's a neutral. And the guardian will raise his or her hand and say, Judge, the parties agreed to use me, or you appointed me, and what I've done is I've looked at the parties' houses, I've talked to the parties' friends, I've talked to everybody the parties asked me to talk to, and here's what I found. And they'll report to the judge whether they found that the mother or the father is the more nurturing parent or the person that's better at discipline, and they'll give the judge an idea of the strengths of each party. The nice thing about a guardian is that hopefully a good guardian will get into the real meat of the case and understand what the situation is like at home. Judges only see you in the pristine environment of the courthouse. Now, of course, some guardians have their own history and their own preferences and their own biases, and you can't get away from that. But generally speaking, a guardian is a good person to get involved in a case so that before you go to court, you talk to the guardian, and hopefully the guardian will tell you, this is what I'm going to say to the judge. And if the guardian issues a report before you get to court, you're fortunate, because then you can see what will likely happen. That may shape your settlement negotiations. The guardian ad litem is a good instrument. Judges often defer to the guardian, and the negative is, of course, if the guardian makes a recommendation or finding that you don't like, then your case is that much harder to win in court.